Hey guys, I guess long awaited update on the Grom. Um, it's about mid-April, early April at the moment. I had a chance to ride it maybe a few times, and so far so good. It started up right away after the winterization period, and did my spring maintenance on it. You know, tighten up the chain, change the oil and the oil filter. Um, Make sure check the tires. Made added the correct psi to it. So that's good. So basically now, because I rode it a couple times, I actually rode it in less than optimal conditions. Sometimes raining, sometimes there might have been salt on the road. So I saw that the engine and undercarriage was pretty dirty, so I just decided to go and just clean that off real quick. So now it looks a lot better. Doesn't look like shit. So yeah, I'm still really happy with this bike even after about a year. And I have this is some bone stock. I have 1,667 miles on it so far. And I was planning to do a series of upgrades this year just to make it faster. Again, the top speed for this bike is 60, and if you do a full tuck, I guess like a semi-aggressive tuck, you probably get to 62, 63. If you do a full tuck, you get to 64, 65. And so what I was hoping to do, and again, this is all really depends on your location. But we do have 50 mile per hour roads here in Wisconsin. So 50 is the speed limit, so people will be doing 60. There's also 55 roads, and of course they'll be doing 65 in those areas. So I really like this bike to be able to hit 65 or ideally 70. Right now, when I say 65, I mean 65 standing up, sitting upright. So it does 60 at the moment. So I'm hoping to get it to 70. And the upgrades I'm going to do, well, okay, so the problem is that I had a little mishap in the stock market, so a tune of quite a lot of money. So basically, there's all my money that I needed to use for this. Need to get that back. But I did go ahead, and because actually now that that happened, it actually might be beneficial for this channel because I think one of the things I did not see online is incremental updates to the Grom and the speed differences that would change. So, for example, I really wanted to know, like, from a bare bone stock Grom, such as this, it is bare bone. Like, I didn't even do the fender eliminator yet. If I upgrade the airbox from stock, that giant thing right there, to a direct ram intake, and there's really two options at the moment: the Chimera and then the Man in the Box. I actually did put a pre-order for the Man in the Box. They say that it's delayed about a week because they don't have the silicone hoses, so I'm hoping that comes within about a week or two. And so I'm gonna do an incremental updates to this bike. The first one being the Chimera, or no, sorry, the Man in the Box, which is about 175 shipped. So let's see what that does to this bike. Again, I didn't really see that on internet. So, obviously, I'm not trying to compete with anyone. This channel really doesn't get a lot of views. Uh, but I think for people who are really budget minded or just don't really want to spend money for whatever odd reason, even though they have it, to upgrade the bike, I just want to see what like an air intake would do, a direct ram air intake, such as the Man in Box and the Chimera. I think this channel will be helpful because that will be the first um, upgrade that I do, and also let's just see if it does it take me from 60 to 63 sitting upright. I think if it does that, I'll be very happy with that. I know it's 3 miles per hour, but you know I'm trying to get to 70, and that's gonna be incremental. The next upgrade is, and I'm not sure when I'll do this. Hopefully soon. It's going to be a full system Yoshimura exhaust, and that should add 10% to the upside in both torque, which I don't really need, and horsepower at the top end. Um, so I'm hoping with that I'll get to like 65, 67 upright, and then afterwards I was thinking about the DHM cam, but then I am not comfortable doing it, and I want to do upgrades that like any kind of layman or any person with really minimal mechanical skills such as myself can do. I guess the last upgrade is not really minimal. It's going to change the gearing on the bike to provide a little bit less torque and a little bit more higher up top speed. But anyway, so that's the update. Um, Waiting on the air intake, and then we will see what it does from there. And also, once I get the air intake, I'm going to reset the ECU. Like I said, okay, sorry. So the upgrade path is one, reset the or air intake, reset the ECU. Two, Yoshimura exhaust, reset the air intake or reset the ECU. Third one is gearing, change the gearing so it's a little bit faster, less torque. Because I'm not doing wheelies or stunting this way. And then the fourth is going to be a racing ECU pull tune. And then at that point, I should that will be well over $1,000 worth of parts in it, and possibly some labor because I can't change the rear sprocket by myself. I don't know if you're comfortable doing it. Um, and obviously the professional tune will cost quite a bit. I might not do the full tune. I just might put the racing ECU in and just let the racing ECU tune the bike, or find a mapping somewhere for it that's like, you know, direct ram air intake, Yoshimura exhaust, possible sprocket adjustment. Let's find a mapping for that and not have it actually professionally tuned, because I think to get it tuned around this area it's going to be quite expensive. So I guess it's like, if you're interested in this channel, it's more of like a poor man's, not poor man's, but just like a limited budget upgrade. And with the Yoshimura, it's going to be $700 for the exhaust, so it's quite a bit. So maybe I'll look for some alternatives that are like around the 200, 300 range, but that's still really. So I guess the problem with the exhaust is that I don't want it to be cosmetic. I don't want it to have sound. I mean, sounding different is great, but I actually want it to add power to the bike, right? Um, I could care less about the look. I actually kind of like the fishtail a little bit, or the quail tail a little bit. So I'm really more concerned about power and getting up to. So this bike is a great bike, no doubt. But the problem is that it's 60 miles per hour, and that gets old pretty quickly. And also practicality wise, I think for most places you need to go at least 70, max 70, so that you can cruise at 60 well, right? So sorry, so that's the long way to do update. Sorry, but I haven't responded to anything. Obviously, I'm not an expert. I can only tell you from a really layman's perspective what I feel about this bike. I rode a couple different bikes before, but I like this one. Obviously, this one is probably one of the. This is extremely, extremely fun. Anyway, hope that was helpful, guys.